as I've already told you that in cellular aerobic respiration, it has two steps. One is glycolysis, another one is breakdown of pyruvic acid. So, breakdown of pyruvic acid. In glycolysis, the end product here is pyruvic acid, two molecules of pyruvic acid. Okay, and if you take this pyruvic acid from glycolysis, it involves with two steps. First step is oxidative phosphorylation of pyruvic acid. Second step is Krebs cycle. First, we'll see the oxidative phosphorylation of pyruvic acid. See, once in glycolysis, pyruvic acid produced, that is two molecules of pyruvic acid, both the molecules will be moved to mitochondria. So, pyruvic acid moves to mitochondria. So, once it moves to mitochondria, the pyruvic acid, the decarboxylation happens. That is the release of carbon dioxide from pyruvic acid. So, once in glycolysis pyruvic acid produced, that will move to mitochondria. In mitochondria, decarboxylation will happening, that is release of carbon dioxide from pyruvic acid. Once the released carbon dioxide is over, then it will go to dehydrogenated. So, once it goes to dehydrogenated, that is pyruvic acid, it goes for dehydrogenation by removing H atom, that is proton. Okay. So, once it removes the protons, here 3 carbon of pyruvic acid will be converted into 3 carbon of pyruvic acid will be converted into 2 carbon of acetyl coenzyme A. So, remember that once the pyruvic acid produced in glycolysis, that will move to mitochondria. In mitochondria, first will be decarboxylation, that is release of carbon dioxide from pyruvic acid. So, that is first thing. Second thing which happens in the pyruvic acid is dehydrogenated, that means removing of H atom. Okay. So, once it removes the H atom from pyruvic acid, so what happens is 3 carbon pyruvic acid will be converted into 2 carbon acetyl coenzyme A. This 2 carbon acetyl coenzyme A is catalyzed by a large enzyme complex called pyruvate dehydrogenase. So, this is a very large enzyme complex which will catalyze the 2-acetyl coenzyme A. So, what happens with, how does it catalyze? So, this pyruvate dehydrogenase consists of magnesium, thiamine pyrophosphate, NAD, coenzyme A and lipoic acid. So, this pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme consists of all these 5 cofactors. All these 5 cofactors will be happening, this reaction will be happening in the perimitochondrial space. It is not inside the mitochondria, it is perimitochondrial space. So, what happened here is pyruvic acid will react with cofactor NAD plus coacetyl enzyme A. With the help of pyruvate dehydrogenase, it will produce acetyl CoA plus NADH plus H plus carbon dioxide. So, here once the breakdown of pyruvic acid into acetyl CoA, which acetyl CoA reacts with oxaloacetate in Krebs cycle. So, what they say is this breaking down of pyruvic acid has a connecting link between glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Glycolysis is a different one, Krebs cycle is another different one, but what they say is this breakdown of pyruvic acid has a connection, that is bridge between the glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So, remember that in breakdown of pyruvic acid, here pyruvic acid will be converted into 2-acetyl coenzyme A. So when it is produced, which will be react with oxaloacetate in Krebs cycle, it will takes place further inside the Krebs cycle. Next, we move on to Krebs cycle. Now we are going to see the Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle has got lot of names. First one is Krebs cycle, or you can say tricarboxylic acid cycle, or other name is citric acid cycle, because the first component here in Krebs cycle is citric acid. So you can also say citric acid cycle or tricarboxylic cycle or Krebs cycle. Krebs cycle is discovered by a person called Hans Krebs in 1937. So that name from Hans Krebs, it has come into a Krebs cycle. As you know that Krebs cycle, I have already told you about that pyruvic acid will be produced in the glycolysis. One is breakdown of pyruvic acid, another one is Krebs cycle. So if in case pyruvic acid enters into the Krebs cycle, what will happen? So once the pyruvic acid, if enters into the Krebs cycle, I have already told you it will react with acetyl CoA. Okay, with that acetyl CoA, it will produce a citrate with the help of enzyme citrate synthetase. So once citrate is produced, okay, one molecule of water will remove and another molecule of water will enter. So with help of enzyme aconitase, it will produce isocitrate. So before going into that, I just want to give individually each step in depth. First, pyruvic acid, okay, converted into acetyl CoA. Okay, so when it is converted into acetyl CoA, CoA will be get removed. So what happened is condensation of acetyl CoA will be happening. Here 6 carbon citrate will be produced. In that 6 carbon citrate, okay, will be once the CoA released, it is free. So this one can target another 2 carbon derived pyruvate. So once pyruvic acid react with acetyl CoA, condensation will be happening. So once condensation is happening, what happened is the released CoA will be free to react with another 2 carbon pyruvate. Okay, so once it removed with the help of citrate synthetase, it will produce citrate. Okay, next is this conversion of citrate to its isomer. Okay, so conversion of citrate to its citrate isomer. For that require an enzyme called aconitase. Okay, in aconitase, so for conversion of isomer, removal of water is required. Okay, next is this isomer of citrate, that is isocitrate, will go for the dehydrogenation and decarboxylation. That means hydrogen group will also get removed and carbon dioxide will also be get released. One molecule of carbon dioxide will be released and one molecule of, can you see here? So one molecule of dehydrogenation will also be happening, so that it will produce one NADH2. So with the help of enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase. So with the help of enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase, it will produce alpha ketoglutarate. Alpha ketoglutarate. So this alpha ketoglutarate again go for the decarboxylation, that is removal of carbon dioxide. With the help of enzyme alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, okay, glutarate dehydrogenase, it will produce the another molecule of NADH2. Okay, so that with the help of this enzyme, it will convert it into succinyl CoA. So this succinyl CoA is produced by the succinyl alpha keto glutarate dehydrogenase. So what happened is, again here from succinyl CoA, CoA will be get removed to converted into succinate. Simultaneously here 1 GTP will be produced. 1 GTP is equal to ATP. Okay, one succinate is produced. The succinyl CoA synthetase, one FADH will produce. In that FADH, oxidation of 2 hydrogens are released, which are accepted by FAD. So once here oxidation of hydrogen is happening, that will be released by FAD. So that will be converted into FADH2. It will converted into fumarate. Now addition of water molecule. Once in the fumarate, addition of water molecule added, it will produce the malate. So once it produces the malate, this will produce the NADH2, and that NADH2 regenerates oxaloacetate, and this oxaloacetate will picks up and cycle is repeated. So once oxaloacetate is picks up, again the cycle is repeated. For that, the required enzyme is malate dehydrogenase. Okay. Now, as you know that all this Krebs cycle process will be happening in the mitochondria. All the Krebs cycle function steps will be happening in the mitochondria. So all the enzymes will be synthesized except the succinyl CoA enzyme, because this enzyme will not synthesize. So if this enzyme is not synthesized in the in prokaryotes, Krebs cycle will be happening in the cytoplasm. Okay, whereas other eukaryotes, Krebs cycle will be happening in the mitochondria. Mitochondria will synthesize all the enzymes excepting the succinyl CoA. So here 1 molecule of pyruvic acid goes for totally in a 1 cycle of Krebs cycle, it will goes for 3 carboxylation step, 5 oxidation or dehydrogenation step. This 5 oxidation or dehydrogenation steps occurs simultaneously in the 4 sites during Krebs cycle. 4 sites during Krebs cycle. So on oxidation basis, 1 pyruvic acid will produce 15 ATP molecules in Krebs cycle. There are 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. So totally will produce 30 ATP molecules. As I've already told you, this is 2 and 8 into 3, that is 24, and 1 FAD is equal to 2 ATP, 8 into 3. So 24, 2 into 2 ATP, it is equal to 2 ATP. So 4. So 24 plus 4, 28, 28 plus 2, 30. So overall 2 pyruvic acid will produce 30 ATP molecules in the Krebs cycle. So at the end product is 30 ATP molecules will be produced in the Krebs cycle. So FADH2, how does it? FADH2, where are the 2 FADH2 is produced? Okay, 1 FAD is producing, this is 1 cycle, the simultaneously another cycle. So 2 FAD. Now 8 NADH2 produce. So each cycle it has to have 4 NADH, correct? So here 1 is there, 2, 3, 3 is produced, okay, and 2 ATP will be produced. 1 ATP is there. As I've already told you, oxidation is happening in the simultaneously in the 4 site. So through that another thing will be produced. So overall it will be 30 ATP molecules. Again I'll repeat, Krebs cycle is also called citric acid cycle. Why do we say citric acid cycle? Because the first product here is citric acid, or you can otherwise call it as tricarboxylic acid cycle. Okay, and this Krebs cycle is discovered by a person called Hans Krebs in 1937, and this Krebs cycle will be happening in the mitochondria of the cell. What happened is one molecule of pyruvic acid will react with acetyl CoA. Once this acetyl CoA free from this acetyl, so it is can bind with another two carbon component. It will produce a citrate. Once citrate is produced, or conversion of citrate to isomer, that is isocitrate will be produced. This isocitrate will go for decarboxylation and dehydrogenation, so that alpha ketoglutarate will be produced. In that alpha ketoglutarate, decarboxylation will again be happening. That will lead to succinyl CoA. So in this succinyl CoA, what happened is ATP generates after donating a phosphate group to ADP. Okay, again in succinyl CoA will be released, only succinate will be produced. In that succinate, what happened is oxidation of hydrogen will be happening. So once oxidation of hydrogen is happening, it will absorb, FAD will absorb the FADH2, so that it will produce fumarate. In the fumarate converting into malate, the addition of water molecule will takes place. So once water molecule added into the fumarate, that leads to malate production. Malate will converted into oxaloacetate. In that malate converting into oxaloacetate will also produce NADH2 and regenerates oxaloacetate. And this regenerates oxaloacetate, picks up the, and cycle is repeated, again the Krebs cycle. And if you see that one pyruvic acid will produce 15 ATP molecules, there are two pyruvic acids, so totally 30 ATP molecules will be produced. Overall in that Krebs cycle, it will go, one pyruvic acid will go for 3 carboxylation stages and 5 oxidation stages, and this 5 oxidation stages are happening in the 4 sites simultaneously during the Krebs cycle. Okay, so based on that oxidation, it will produce 2 ATP, which is GTP. This GTP is no different from the ATP. So 2 GTP will be produced, 8 NADH2 will be produced, 2 FADH2 will be produced. 1 NADH2 is equal to 3 ATP, 1 FADH2 is equal to 2 ATP. So overall 2 pyruvic acid will produce 30 ATP molecules. So with this, we have completed the Krebs cycle. Next, we move on to electron transport system.